Good morning and welcome back to the Gadget TV channel. Now we're going to have a look today at another Stihl product. I've had this for about 2.5-3 years possibly, and it is the Stihl FSA 45 cordless strimmer. Now what I like about this and why I chose it is because it's coming away from, as you can see, the head. It's coming away from this, the plastic cord over to these plastic strimmers, and there's one under there. I'll show you that in detail later. This is fully adjustable. You can adjust it by this button and lengthen it out. It's got an adjustable head so you can do it at different angles. This adjusts by simply just slackening that off and moving it down or up, and of course it's got quite a clever little system. You can just check the power. Now that's obviously low, it's only showing 1 bar. When it charges, it goes all the way up to 3. But let's have a look at this wonderful little cordless strimmer in more detail. Like everything with these products, you've got to make sure they're clean, and as you can see, I've not cleaned this out for some time. Now these blades are very simplistic to fit, but they do break. As you can see, there's one that's well used. That's going to be discarded now, and here's the new ones that you slot on. I'll show you how you slot on them very soon. It's always advisable to soak these in water for an hour, warm water, before you use them. It just makes them a little bit more supple and less likely to break. You can use various items to use to clean this out. You can use screwdrivers or brushes. I just use an old twig, just work it out, get rid of all the dead grass, nettles and all sorts of things. Maybe take you 5 minutes to get this all clean and tidy. As you can see, I've tidied that up a little bit. Still needs a bit more of a clean, but the next job very quickly is to show you how to change these blades. They just literally slot in there. As you can see, I'm going to take one out. You just press it in like that, slots out. It actually fits over this little, as you can see, just like a little raised end, and it slots over and you just pull it tight. Very simplistic. Goes over. Very difficult to do with one hand. And then just pull it tight, and then it's fitted. Very easy. Now these usually last me about, I don't know, 6 or 7 weeks if I'm using them every day. But as you can see, that's got some cuts in it already. But I've got a pack. You can buy these as aftermarket blades. If they break like they do from time to time, you can buy these very cheaply online in packs. Very straightforward to use, very straightforward to fit, and you can also store the spare blades underneath. Just slot them onto this little dowel here, and they slot on in the end of there to keep them safe. And we've got 3 on there now. I can put another 3 or 4 on there if I can, just to keep them handy if you need them. But it's a really good thought out feature that on these FSA 45s. So as you can see, this little Stihl FSA 45 strimmer, cordless strimmer, is really handy to have if you've got small areas that you need strimming around lawn edges. We have it on our smallholding. It's great for getting rid of the nettles and around the fruit trees. It's got a protective bar here, so it'll only touch up to there, so it won't do any damage to the bottom of trees. This head's fully adjustable, as I said earlier. You can adjust this basically to any length you want, just by this black button here. Now, there is a few things I'd like to mention about this strimmer that probably could be improved. However, I don't work for Stihl. I'm just an independent guy that uses these gadgets, but it takes around just over 2 hours to charge it. In fact, a bit more than that. So it has got a long charging time span on it, if you will. So there's no plugging this in and then using it within 15 minutes. You've got to leave it charge for its full duration, which is over 2 hours. For me, that's a little bit long. However, things do change, and they'll probably bring a better one out in the future, I guess. And I get around about 20 to 25 minutes of continuous use. So it would be ideal if it wasn't an 18 volt, maybe a 24 volt, 36 volt, even higher than that, because 20-25 minutes just isn't long enough for what I want it to do. But it does do the job. It does do the job, but you do get frustrated sometimes when you just run out a little bit of power when you're cutting that last area of grass or brush, if you will. It is a really lightweight strimmer as well. It comes in at 2.2 kilos, which isn't too bad. It's very well balanced. It's got this great gripping handle here. So all in all, this cordless strimmer is a really handy gadget to have around the place. But just be aware, folks, that you get 20 to 25 minutes only off a full charge, and it can take over 2 hours to fully charge it. Now, I wouldn't advise to use this without a screen on your hard hat. You know, wear a pair of gloves if you wish to protect yourself. I do that with gloves. I don't often wear my screen and my helmet, and I should, so I'm giving myself a bit of a telling off there. And in wet grass, of course, as I've just been strimming and showing you, it can get a little bit dirty. So maintenance wise, just make sure you keep this relatively clean, because it does clog up fairly fast. However, going back to these blades can cut through nettles at ease. They are really, really handy. Much better than the corded system for me. So all in all, it's a winner from Stihl. I don't work for Stihl. I'm an independent guy, as I said earlier. I just like to use these gadgets, and that is a really handy tool to have. There she is, folks. You can probably buy one in the description if you wish. I'll put it in the link. Amazon usually is the place to go to, I guess. And there you have it.